What's up, family? Welcome to the Struggle Zone. Right now, I wanted before I get started, man, I wanted to ask y'all to go ahead to share, like, and subscribe to the video, cause I'm really about to go in, deal with a topic that I feel is very important and that needs to be addressed. And the title of this video is called "Is Willie D the Coon that he rap about?" I know that hearing that title from the jump, people is going to get like going to see, okay, well, Willie D seems like a solid dude. He seems like a real individual, right? So why would I call him a coon? Well, I'm address that in a moment. But let me say this, right? We have to stop being mesmerized by people's celebrity status, cause that means nothing. Now you can respect who he was as an artist or who he is as an artist and what he brought to hip hop, especially coming out of the South, right? Because I'm from the South, so we used to listen to all their music, but this, but because of that, we can't get him a pass. Like nobody should get a pass. If I do some coonish behavior, I need to be called out on it too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm man enough to accept that criticism or that critique, right? So now, let me get into this thing, right? The reason why I asked the question, is he a coon that he rap about, is because certain things that people do is I kind of get like a red flag, you know what I'm saying? That comes up in my head when I see certain things, especially when it becomes repetitive. You feel me? For instance, right? I had a discussion with this guy with Willie D on Instagram, right? It was respectful, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be respectful in this particular video. But the problem that what our discussion was basically surrounding voting. He posted basically saying that people who don't vote is well, I'm paraphrasing, people who don't vote. He said that those people who say that voting doesn't matter, why would it say why wouldn't vote if he said that if voting doesn't matter, right? Why would they spend so much money to suppress people's votes? That's what he said, right? So my response to that was that, well, if you're not voting in a block, right, to push a specific agenda for your group or for your people, then it doesn't matter, and that's an absolute fact, right? That's an absolute fact. If we are voting without getting anything for our vote, it's irrelevant to you. You might as well sit at home, because you're not going. If you sit at home, you're not gonna get nothing, and if you go vote, you're not gonna get anything. So my point is, so that was my point. So me and him, we go back forth for a couple responses on Instagram, and I said, well, you go to the studio, you make your music. You're not giving your music away for free. So why are you asking us to give our vote away for free? Right? So to make a long story short, the reason why it's a problem, especially for him being in a situation and having the followers for people to think the way he does, it's a problem because you're influencing our people to basically vote and get nothing in return. That's dangerous. And he capes for the Democrats a lot, right? But the Democrats telling you that they're not gonna do anything for black people. They telling you that they don't believe in cash payments for reparations for our people. But then they just did a video, one of the last debates, saying that they would give cash payments to illegal immigrants who are separated from their children at the border. You dig what I'm saying? So, and Willie D supports this stuff. He's not the only one though. It's other ones. You have people like D.L. Hughley. You have Killer Mike and other people. So the reason why I'm saying that he's a coon, to be more specific, is because if you are taking the side of the Democratic Party against your own people, and you're okay with your people continuing to vote and get nothing without them giving us anything in return, you are literally speaking the same rhetoric that the Democratic Party is doing. The same thing. So you are working for them. You are not working for the best interests of your people. You're no different than a Candace Owens or Larry Elder or people like that. It's the same thing. You have coons that work for the Republican Party. You got coons for the Democratic Party. Both groups is fighting specifically for their party, and neither party is doing anything specifically for your people. That makes you a coon. You're no different than the Charles Barkley, brother. The people that you rap about. It's the same thing. That makes you a coon, brother. That makes you a traitor to your people. That's just how it is. And you have people who may disagree with me, but we have to get out of our emotions and stop riding with people just because you like them as an individual or because you like their music, because they have money, or if you like their movies, whatever the reason may be. And the reason I say that is that for generations we've had people who has sold us out, and they continue to walk amongst us, and they continue to, in their older age, start doing damage. What the Democrats and other people is doing now, they are putting these rappers and other entertainers on a payroll to push their agenda, while at the same time not doing anything for their people. Why is it so easy for Willie D and others to sell their people out? I'm going to tell you why. Because they've become successful. They don't have to live amongst us. You know what I'm saying? Now, we commend them for their success in their music endeavors. We commend them for making it out of the hood. You know what I'm saying? Out of the ghettos and stuff. We commend them for that. But that don't mean that we should accept them now because they've made it out to undermine those of us who still down there. Me personally, I don't stay in the ghetto. I own my house. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm not so pig-headed to think that I don't have other people within my family that's still struggling, that don't have enough. You know what I'm saying? Not just in my family, black people as a whole. You feel me? So I could never allow them to use me to undermine my own people. And that's what Willie D is doing. He's allowing these Europeans from the Democratic Party to use him to undermine our people. That's what he's doing. Now, a lot of people get fooled because the way somebody talk, they talk with a little aggression, or because they come at another group of people and calling them a coon, we don't pay attention that they are coons themselves. Just because you calling somebody else out for their BS, don't mean that you don't have a lot of BS within you too. This is what I'm saying. So we have to stop being foolish, and we have to start calling these people out. Put them out there in the forefront for the world to see. You dig what I'm saying? Because if we don't start putting this stuff in check, we're gonna have generations and generations of people out here like Oprah Winfrey, who's attacking brothers and trying to have brothers locked up. You dig what I'm saying? It's a bunch of BS. So yes, what I'm telling you is that absolutely Willie D is a coon. He is the exact coon that he raps about. And another thing that also, in my opinion, that makes you a coon, if you defend another people against your own people, that makes you a coon, brother. That makes you a traitor to your people. If you equate our struggles with other people, is not only are you a coon, brother, but it's disrespectful to your own people. It's disrespectful. I know y'all probably say, okay, what am I talking about now? Willie D is one of these brothers. You know, he's from Houston. So he's one of these brothers, right? That because he's afraid to stand on his square, and because he's afraid to speak in support of his people only, he know his white daddy, his white masters is not gonna like that. He know master's not gonna like that. So what he does, he has to always include this brown people thing. And those of us who's in the know, we know that there's no such thing as a black and brown coalition. But that's only minute to this next topic, is how disrespectful it is to equate our struggles with Hispanic people as if we go through the same thing. They are a group of people who chose to come to the U.S. because they're runaways and they didn't want to stand up in their own countries and fight and correct the things that's going on in their home country. So they come here, and Willie D supports these people. And it's a problem because these same people, you have black people, Negroes within these Hispanic-speaking countries that have a negative outlook on black people in their own country. They treat black people in their own country like second-class citizens. But these are the people that Willie D supports to get here, that he wanted to come here. Why? Because he's not living amongst them. They don't have to live amongst him. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for him to get behind these people, knowing that these people is going to their presence is going to harm our people. You dig what I'm saying? The Democrats is saying they gonna give these people reparations, but they're not giving black people nothing. But yet Willie D and other people like him is still supporting the Democratic Party. You dig what I'm saying? So look, what I'm asking people to do is look past the facade. This real nigga mentality that he personifies to some people is really a cop-out. Because, in my opinion, if you're not man enough to stand on your square in defense of your own people, to say that you're only supporting your own people, if you're not man enough to do that, then you are enemy to your people. You're enemy to your people. That's just what it is. It's extremely disrespectful when y'all come out and start talking about some black and brown coalition. It's disrespectful because These Hispanic people, they didn't go through Jim Crow. They didn't go through redlining. They didn't go through the lynchings down here in the South and other places. They didn't go through. They wasn't. Their towns and cities wasn't bombed by the United States government. You know what I'm saying? Their children wasn't fed to alligators. Their ancestors wasn't getting out here getting sprayed with dogs. I mean, sprayed with water hoses, getting dogs sicked on them. That didn't happen to them. So when you equate our struggles with everybody else, brother, it's disrespectful. That makes you a coon. That makes you a sellout to our people. And you have to be called out on it. Period, point blank. You have to be called out on that. That makes you an enemy to your people. When you equate our struggles with everybody else, it makes you an enemy. You disrespecting Sojourner Truth, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman. You dig what I'm saying? You are disgracing all of our ancestors, bro, and everything our people have gone through and continue to go through. You are an enemy to our people, and yes, you are the exact coon that you rap about, brother. That's what it is, man. But I'm done, man. Again, share, like, and subscribe to this video, man. Get it out, because we have to start holding these guys' foot to the fire. Forget about them being rappers, your favorite MCs. None of that matters. What matters is what's best for the growth and development of our people as a whole. And if these individuals are doing things to undermine that, they are an enemy to our people. They are not our friends, and they need to be called out on it. Period, point blank, no exceptions. Every last one. It makes no difference if you're a rapper, a singer, a dancer, a comedian, actor, actress. It don't make no difference what you do. If the behavior that you're putting out to the world negatively affects our people, if the agendas that you are putting out, that you are accepting, and that you are supporting, if that agenda negatively affects our people, that makes you an enemy to our people because you support it. Period. That makes you a coon, brother. That makes you a sellout. All that. That's what you are. That's what it is. It's not even up for discussion. You are not the only. Willie D is not the only one, though. You got many Negroes out here who's doing the exact same thing. And we have to start calling these dudes out. Period. Killer Mike is one of them too, as well as D.L. Hughley. All these guys are enemies to our people, bro. They need to be called out before it's too late, before they've done so much damage to us that we can't come back from it. Or it's going to be harder for us to come back from it if we don't deal with it when we see it. This is why you have Negroes like Al Sharpton still amongst us. This is why you have people like Jesse Jackson and people like Oprah and Gail and Joy Reid, Roland Martin, because we've allowed these people amongst us because they look like us. They do not have our best interests at heart. They support agendas that negatively affects our people. And not only do they support it, they promote it on their platforms. You dig what I'm saying? What makes us more dangerous. So these dudes, including Willie D, they are compromised. They've been compromised. And we need to accept that they've been compromised, and we need to find some way that we can keep them from amongst us. That's the only way. We have to be. People say that, talk about the Europeans or white supremacy, but we got to be 100 times harder on our own people. We cannot accept anything just because we like somebody or we're fascinated by somebody's personality. No, we have to be hard on our own people. So again, man, share, like, and subscribe, man. Peace out.